It's been over a week since I saw The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan, and there isn't a day that goes by where I don't think about it. I already bought tickets for next week to see it again because the expectations that I had as far as watching the film in a linear lens, and what I mean by that is I'm watching it for story, I'm watching it for the action, and then the emotional hook. If I'm comparing it to other films in the genre as far as the sword and sandals, Braveheart, Gladiator. I mean, you can even count Lord of the Rings if you want, Return of the King. They all got the great story, the great action, and the emotional hook. In the case of the Odyssey, I didn't really feel that for any of that. The action was okay. The ending was phenomenal, though. I'm not gonna lie, as far as the action, the story is very basic. But then again, the Odyssey is the godfather of all fantasy storytelling. The journey home, a trope, or the Return of the King trope. It's all in the Odyssey, and that's why the Odyssey is constantly being used for inspiration, whether they know it or not. The Odyssey is definitely the bones of everything. But I think because I viewed the Odyssey in that way, I did it a disservice because you don't experience the Odyssey in that way. I read the book, I read multiple translations, Samuel Butler, Robert Fitzgerald, Emily Wilson, more recently, and then Robert Fagles, who's my favorite one. I like his prose or his poetic, the use of words. I prefer it, but yeah, you don't read it for a sweeping story. You read it for the character study. You read it for what it gives you thematically, the questions that it asks you. The constant back and forth of, is it ethically or morally right as a human being to do some of the things that transpire in the Odyssey. So when you watch the film, all those little nuances, all those intricate moving parts, they're in there. I was just so fixated on everything else that I didn't get to really slow the brain down and enjoy all the beautiful things that make the Odyssey great and what makes it necessary reading in a lot of schools, today. Going back, as far as I can remember. I mean, I think schools have always used the Odyssey as an important piece of literature to study. Again, I've been thinking about this film every day, and there's just so much stuff that goes on that I didn't appreciate that I already know. Because my initial reaction to watching the film was very good, 4 stars out of 5. I don't give half or quarter stars, but I definitely want to see it again because the ending really just it wowed me. The ending was phenomenal. But I knew there was a way more in there, and I knew I didn't appreciate it. I knew it. So what I'm saying is, when I go into a second time with a different lens, with a wider scope, and appreciating all the things that are happening in the Odyssey, whether it's Athena's role went right over my head. Athena is the master of disguises and constantly disguising herself. And the little thing at the end, the reveal with her, I didn't even bother to put two together. And that scene didn't have that scene in the end didn't have any real weight on me for some reason. And then a couple days later, I'm like, wait a minute, like, that's such a powerful scene. How did I not feel that at the moment? Well, the ending, because they keep going back to Troy. I'm not going to spoil anything, but they keep going back to the ending of Troy, and they keep showing Odysseus looking at something. And in the reveal at the end, that something he looks at, I told myself, well, what's so significant about that? And then I think about it for a couple of days, and I'm like, holy shit, that's such a powerful image. How could I miss that? That whole story, like, basically the plan that Odysseus and Sinon, the Elliot Page's character, that contraption they made with the horse and everything, and how that was so relevant, and what that meant, and how they went against the law of Zeus. And I mean, I don't want to spoil anything if you guys haven't seen it yet, but the ending is so powerful. It's so powerful, and it didn't hit me until days later. So again, I know going into a second viewing, I'm gonna come out saying it's a masterpiece. I already know it because it's visually breathtaking. It's definitely a technical achievement. The things that Christopher Nolan does, whether it's shooting it in 7mm IMAX or the use of practical effects, which is impressive. I'm learning more and more things as far as what happened behind the scene and how much of it was real. And some of the things that I thought was CGI wasn't in CGI. I mean, the whole pig scene, that's crazy. I did not know that was all practical effects. That's insane to me. But so maybe I'll do another review once I see it again. But right now, what I can say works very well is obviously the way it was shot. The performances are great. Tom Holland, of all people, was probably my favorite performance alongside Robert Pattinson. I mean, just everybody was exceptional in the film. It's just as far as performance, Matt Damon, we killed it. He's got the dude's a stud. Yeah, it's a very good film, and I'm mad at myself knowing or having read the book, a few times, and the Iliad as well. I'm just really mad at myself that I didn't go into the film with that lens after reading the book and just watching it differently. I was expecting the Gladiator and Braveheart, but that's not the Odyssey. It's not. It's actually way deeper than that. And yeah, so I'm gonna hold my official rating until I see it again. But let me just tell you guys that if you haven't seen it, go see it. And if you're worried about all the woke shit that's happening with Helen of Troy and Elliot Page or whatever, Lupita Nyong'o and stuff, look, they're in it for 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. As someone that and that is tired of the woke shit, I'm not gonna tiptoe around it. Elliot Page being a transgender and playing a male role, it's a little distracting. But as someone that's really that critiques that kind of thing, it didn't bug me. She did, or he did, whatever, a fantastic job. A really great performance. Lupita Nyong'o, I mean, great too. She's supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world, and you know what? That's subjective. Who I think is beautiful may not be beautiful to you. And the fact that she looks so unique compared to everybody else in the film, being unique is beautiful too. So, yeah, it's just a great film. It's probably gonna win an Oscar. I think Dune 3 is definitely my most anticipated, and I think that will probably win Best Picture. But I'm being biased because I love Dune, love the books, my favorite book of all time. And then the first two films are fantastic. But the Odyssey it's just so rich. It's got so much in there, and it's just I can't stop thinking about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. And for those that maybe went into the film watching it in a linear lens the same way that I did, and wasn't really fulfilled or felt like there was a lot of meat left on the bone, do me a favor and watch it for what it's offering you thematically, all the messages, the characters. There's just so much in there. The imagery, there's just a lot. There's a lot in there. It's super dense stuff that you'll easily miss if you're not paying attention and you get caught up in the spectacle. So yeah, Christopher Nolan, again, this is The Odyssey translated by Christopher Nolan. It's his interpretation, and it's a beautiful film. And I can't wait to see it again and let you guys know what I think of it the second time.